the morning. It's just wow. Hello, hello. Okay. I think we can settle down now. I feel like we need some cards today. I wasn't sure what we were going to do today. There's definitely some things that I wanted to talk about, to some of the stuff that I've been doing or learning, and that could be really healthy and helpful for you, because I like to share information, especially information that can be supportive and helpful on anyone on their healing journey, which, many of us are. Okay. I'm going to close that down and get to the Mod Squad Live list. So hopefully that cleaner that's over there isn't too loud for all of us. But yeah, we're going to do a couple of things today. So good morning. And yeah, sharing is caring, and really appreciated for all of that. Okay. I appreciate anything that, we're all here to support each other and share. So let's get at least sharing the love has contributing factors in it. I'm not sure what the contributing factors in it means, but I find sometimes I adore you, Leslie, but there's many times when I don't understand what you're saying. I try, but it's like zoom. And I read it and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But I try. I like to share the love, though. Hello, Kita. How are you this morning? How'd your bread come? How's your bread? Ooh. All right, we got one. We got one card. Nice. Nice. So there's this. Whoa. I'm digging this. Good, good. So I do this routine at night where I do my goal list, or I write down my wins. You're feeling super off today? How come, sweetie? Like, what do you mean by off? Yeah, we should be all sharing in the love. We're in a collective right here, connecting together. So as we're all connecting together, our energy is intertwining. And as we all reach into expanding into our heart space and expanding into the feelings of love or gratitude, it magnifies it. So you're disassociating. So can you create a frame within your body? So sometimes we can create. And I don't know, I hope you're not driving, because if you are, you're typing and watching a video while you're driving. That's probably both of those together aren't good. But this is my right hand. I know it may be reversed, but take your right hand and put it under your chest. Okay. Okay. So put your hand under your chest across your heart. Bring this arm across and grab this, right? And so that you can feel into your body. This is coming across your heart space, right? And it's holding underneath your arm by your heart. And you can remind yourself that you are in your body and you're safe. And you can rub this arm in that downward fashion, right? And by rubbing your arms in a downward fashion, it drops your brain into delta waves. It's very soothing. Okay, so that can help you to reconnect with your body. There's something's triggered you, and you're, for some reason, you're disassociating. Sometimes we disassociate because of a trigger in our environment that's really easy to pick up, right? Like somebody does something, somebody gets really angry, and we're like, I'm out, right? That's what happens to me when there's extreme rage. Like if someone went into like a really loud, like big anger, I'm like out. I'm out the back door, because that would to me represent like extreme unsafe. It would just be so much unsafe. And because of my past, I would expect that after the yelling and screaming would come the hitting. So I would just get out of my body. But sometimes it can be a trigger of something else that just reminds us of those events, and they can be really small. It could be as small as a smell. It could be a date on a calendar, just not aware that, it's the history of another experience, right? The memory of another time. So I don't know if I'm going to put the music on. For some reason, the third card's being a bit stubborn. Yeah, puppy sitting. How fun is that with a cute little puppy like that? Okay. So our reading for this morning. Good morning, CJ. How are you, love? How are you? Right? Puppy cuddles. I can honestly say puppy cuddles would make you feel better. I'm not sure who's on there, but good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hanging in there. So how can we support each other? I mean, getting into a puppy breath. This is the best. Yeah, he's on the couch looking out the window. Like, I went outside without him. There was a sad thing when I went outside to check and see what all the noise was about next door, because I was like, well, who's over there? He's gone. But he didn't notify me that there would be a cleaner there today. So I was completely surprised and just heard the heating. Thank you. But there was a bird's nest fell and there was a loss of an egg. And I was like, that's so sad. So sad. Anyway, he makes you want to take a nap. He's so cuddly, for sure. So the cards that I got today, I did decide to pull cards, but we are going to do healing today. That was one of the things that I had suggested that we were going to do. And I'm not sure who that is, because it just says Facebook user. The unfortunate part about just going on StreamYard is that you have to give it access. So the one card that we've got is the Hanged Man, right? So this is all about really changing your perspective. Like, how can you look at things differently? How can you do things differently, right? Just change up your routine. If you're doing everything the same way every day, like if every day you get up in the morning and you're like, shut off your phone with this, like the alarm with the same finger, or, if you don't have an alarm, great. You get out of bed and you do the same thing, whether you put on your clothes before you leave your room, or, you put on a house coat, or you're in your pajamas and you head down the hallway and you go to the bathroom and you go pee, and then you go make a coffee and you go sit on your couch. Hi, Melissa. Love to you, friend. Right? You're doing the same thing every day. Everything will be the same every day. Right? How is anything going to change if you do the exact same actions every single day? Right? So you have to make those changes. And sometimes it can start just with a change in perspective, right? Then looking at things differently. If we look at the way that, if we look at our past, for example, right? If we're looking at our past and we're seeing it as our victim story and this big chain of negativity, then we're staying in that victim mentality. But if we can change it, there's sometimes, no matter what, there's, and I like to use this example, right? Say you're in a relationship with somebody and it's toxic, right? And we want to just sit there and go, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep getting in relationships with people who are such bad people? Why? Woe is me, poor old me. But if you look back at it and you can say, what did I contribute to this experience? Right? Because there's something that, aligned you to that. Or at least, in the very least, you ignored the signs that came up early on. Right? So, when you see the flags that come up early in the relationship and you disregard those flags, that's your contribution. You chose to disregard the flags that you saw and continue along that path into that relationship. So that's one way that you can take a bit of responsibility for where you are within your life. And responsibility gives you power, right? When we say that somebody's doing all of these things to us, and it's it's almost like we're helpless little calves, and it's just happening to us. We're giving our power to everybody else and everything else that's going on in our life by taking that power back and saying, well, what have I contributed? Right. And it becomes a cycle, right? I mean, I can even think with my partner, I was very suspicious. I was very anxious. I was anxiously attached. And I'm aware of that now, looking back on it, that I was anxious. I had anxious attachment. So I was always looking around, waiting. When is he going to leave me? When is he going to find that I'm not good enough? When is he going to find somebody that's better? Right. So I was constantly expecting that he was going to cheat on me or leave me. And sure, I was predicting it out of past experiences, my past experiences. I'd been cheated on before. So, and I already had a low image of what men were like because of my dad and, other men that were in my life who did bad things to me. It comes from a valid place. And that's the part of being compassionate with yourself, is understanding that they come from an understandable space. Right. But it's taking that responsibility and ownership that you played a part as well, as much as that can be hard to hear. Now, when you're a small child and things are happening to you, or in the case of you're walking down the street and you got mugged, I mean, it's pretty easy to say that you didn't have anything to do with that and you were victimized in that moment, right? There are moments when you are definitely victimized and it happened to you because somebody else was bad. Right. And, it's never you deserved it because you were wearing the wrong clothes or you went down the wrong street or anything like that. Right. In the case of being mugged, right. You got mugged because you went down the wrong street. No, that's just, that's something bad that happened to you. But in a lot of situations, we can actually look at, how did I contribute to this? Or what did I do that brought that was also like my part of the responsibility? And that takes your power back, instead of, like I said, everything just happening to you. So the next card we got is the Knight of Wands. And this is passionate, fiery energy, right? Yeah, it is. Right. And then life just happened. If you think that life happens to you, life will, in a lot of ways, just continue to keep happening to you. And you won't, by taking your power back, you can affect change, right? That's when you can start looking in and going, well, what can I do to change going forward? When I was in my third relationship, that was one of the key things that I did. I was like, what's the common denominator in all of my relationships? Me. Right? I'm the common denominator. I'm the same thing that's in all three of these relationships. So what is it in me that is aligning with these types of people? Right. And it was my low self-worth and my anxious attachment disorder and all of the ways that I coped and managed because of the traumas that I experienced. So by healing those traumas, I change myself and alter what I end up aligning with. Right. You change your vibration. You change what you magnetize towards you because of how you feel about yourself, right? So now, instead of thinking that I'm not good enough, I know damn well I am, right? So the person that I meet in my life is going to definitely agree with that. I am good enough, that I am worthy, that I am deserving, right? Yeah. Right. It's a coping mechanism, right? And sometimes our pain pushes us, right? Our pain pushes us to do things to numb out the pain, to avoid it. It's actually what my post is about today that I did last night, was looking at, where is your pain coming from and what are you doing to avoid it? Hi, Selma. We're going to do some healing in a little while. I just wanted to do some cards today. I felt like some people could use some clarity. I don't even have music on. I was late starting because I got all confused. I got all confused this morning and forgot that I had turned my computer off yesterday. And yeah, so it was kind of funny. So let's get a little bit of music on in the background. So what can you do today that is like 15, or like that's a small amount of time, right? This is another thing that I wanted to talk about. I'm looking for, nope, that's where I'm like, right. Yeah, it was definitely, It's a process, right? And there are different ways that you can go about doing it, and you can do it that in faster ways, right? Healing, we never know how long the healing journey is going to take, right? Because, there's different methods that we can use, right? If you just do talk therapy can take years and years and years and years and years, right? To do talk therapy, to get under the root of all the trauma, because you keep talking about it and re-experiencing it, and you just keep talking about it, and then eventually the story becomes boring. It's still a bad story, but it's a boring bad story. That's what talk therapy does, is it makes it just the repetitiveness of talking about your story, and sometimes having someone shine a light on how you experienced it and giving you a different way of viewing it can help to change that. But then there's the body component of how you've stored that energy within your body, and how can you move it out. Oh, you're so funny, Zimran. Are you 3 or 7? Like, I think, that's probably a joke that about a 12-year-old would put down, actually. I actually prefer homemade coffee rather than going and spending a whole bunch of money at a coffee shop. I like to make sure that the beans that I'm getting are ethical. Exactly. And that's if you get the right person, right? So, and it's hard, right? It's hard because, you need to get somebody that's actually experienced the traumas. I find that people that, go to school to become a psychotherapist that have no foundation in trauma, have not experienced trauma, they're speaking from a really closed off spot. Yeah, he's trying to get me to combine the deal with the other word because it sounds like dildo. So he's trying to get me to say that because he's like, he, I'm 12. Right? So there, I said it just for you. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, there's a lot of people that will come in and they will, good morning, Rapid J. It's going very well. I've been changing up my routine a little bit and doing some different things, which I very much have enjoyed. So this message today, right? We have that beautiful change your perspective, try to look at things differently, right? Leaning in, surrender to the will of the cosmos and realign your life with sacred patterns. I lean into my inner world of limitless miracles, surrendering to the divine will of the cosmos. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is that fiery, passionate energy, action, right? It's very powerful energy. I think between these two, you've almost got like solid Aries energy, right? The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, right? So we've got a lot of great energy between these two knights that came up. But I'm doing really well. Besides the fact that I confused myself because I shut my computer off last night. So this morning when I got up, I couldn't figure anything out. I was like, what happened? Why is my computer not working? Forgetting I turned it off. And I just needed to press the power button. Let it start up. So the Knight of Wands is, like I said, it's charisma, it's passion, it's spontaneity, pursuing your dreams, fast energy, right? So it really has that Aries energy to it, right? So it's just about what have you been dreaming about, and it's adventure, impulsivity, bravely pursuing the things that would inspire you the most. So in the pursuit of the imagined, I manifest this fire with infectious feelings of inspiration. So it's a very inspired, passionate energy. And then we have our lovely Knight of Swords. Okay. And that Knight of Swords is about fast, like it's fast movement as well. Let's just see some of the messages that we can pull from that. So haste, streamlined decision-making, intelligence, wit, determination, saving the day energy. So this knight has one thing on its mind and is running towards his success. He's determined, passionate, articulate, and intelligent. So I move quickly to help others, and as I do, my dreams expand. So a lot of really great energy with these three cards this morning. So what can you pull from these cards, right? Can you pull that change in perspective, get your imagination all fired up, get that inspired, passionate energy going, and then go do it, streamline, go and do it, right? And by incorporating the other individuals in that dream that you're manifesting, and, by helping others, it's going to make it manifest that much easier. So we'll do a vote right now and just see who wants to do some cards. We only have a small group this morning, which is fine. It's intimate. Sorry, itchy eye. It's intimate. And so we can do some cards first, or did you want to jump into healing? Let's do a vote. Let's do a vote. Okay. We can just do a little bit of a vote. And I appreciate it for everybody if you can be tapping on the screen, because that gives it likes, and the more likes that we get, good morning, DeMario. The more tapping that, you know, the likes, right? It spreads out the message to more people. I think when you get to 100K, like you actually go viral for your like. I love it. I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. Yeah. So sharing is caring as well. When you share out the message, you never know who's going to reach that it needs it, right? And so that can be really helpful to somebody that needs the message that I'm sharing, or the healing that I'm doing, or, you know, maybe they're looking for trauma help. So I'm just going to put that out there. I know most of the people here are people that are familiar with me and familiar with what I do, but I'm Tanya, and I call myself a cosmic high priestess. The cosmic was just, you know, initially the name that came up was cosmic trauma priestess, and that was decided by my followers. They're the ones that decided that's what I should have for my name. And it's because of all the previous lives that I've had as a priestess and as a high priestess. And I changed it from trauma to high priestess from and instead. And that was because of the fact that I don't just work with trauma, right? So I just changed it, and I was sitting there thinking, like, what should I put in there? And I just, like, in the moment, I was like, just put high priestess for now, and we'll determine something after. That is more fitting. It's a title anyway. It's more about what I do, and you can hang out with me and find out exactly what I do. So obviously I'm an intuitive oracle card reader, tarot reader. Like, I do oracle and tarot cards. I do standalone readings that you can book through my website. But more than that, and mostly, I'm a healer. And by that, I mean, you know, I help people to work through trauma and mental health issues, but I also help people. I should actually do a list. I'm just like shuffling cards, but, you know, that was the card. Maybe we'll use this as a collective message, is the in-between, right? Being in between the two different spaces, right? Leaving the past and moving into the future, but you're not quite there yet. This is that in-between space before the dreams are realized, but you're definitely leaving the past behind, right? So this is just that nice space to be reflective, and really, what are the dreams that you want to bring into fruition, right? So I'm just going to get the list going. I don't have anyone on the backside of the list, so I'll be manning the list as well. So be patient with that. But I'm also a quantum energy healer. So I do that in two different ways. I do quantum energy healing, which, if you think about, you know, almost like a Reiki healing, but on a quantum level. But I also do a therapy type that's called quantum regression and integration therapy. And that allows us to work through the 4 energy bodies to remove, could remove trauma, addictions, so many things. It can even open up spiritual gifts. Whatever you bring to me, we're going to work on that and bringing that energy forward. So it's really powerful way of energetic, or it's a really powerful therapy thing. Hi, Robert. How are you, love? Okay, so I'm going to get the list going. So give me a second. If anybody that wants a card, actually, that's how we'll do it. Who wants a card? I have Olivia on the list because I saw Olivia come in first. I see Jess from Facebook's there. Not on Facebook, Jess is there. And so if you just let me know who wants a card, Mayuma, and we want Joanne, Meg. Okay, so if anybody wants a card, just let me know and I'll put your name on the list, and then we'll get going with the cards, and then we'll go into healing after that. Good morning, Nana Nikki. I got you on the list, Mama. So the quantum regression and integration therapy and the other quantum healing. So I have different packages that I do. So I have one package. That's the Sacred Journey. And that's 6 sessions with me. And we work through trauma and mental health issues. We create safety for the first session, and then we keep on going. We'll do inner child healing. We'll do shadow work. I do human design. So I bring a lot of different things to the table. And that's because I recognize that you're all unique individuals, just like I'm unique. And what works for me may not work for you specifically. I can give you tapping sessions. I can, do a brain spotting session with you, whatever really seems is going to work for you in your healing journey. So hello, Julie. How are you, love? So I have that variety of things. So I don't just do tarot and oracle cards. I do healing. And like I said, healing through trauma, mental health, but physical healing as well. So the quantum healing sessions, you can sign up for those individually, or you can look at my packages. But everything's on my website. I don't hide anything. All of the pricing's there and everything. And I also do a podcast called Divine Healing, which you can check out on Spotify. Where I showcase people who have these amazing healing journeys. So if you know anybody as well who's had an amazing story of recovery and healing, connect with me, or connect them with me, because I'd love to showcase them. I'd love to showcase how they've I love it. I love to share that, right? And because it's important for us to recognize how powerful and magical we are, and that we really are the healer, and I've talked about this in the way of, looking at, as a nurse, if you get a cut on your arm, if you get a cut, right, and I come along and I put a bandage on it, who healed it? Did I heal it by putting the bandage on it? Did the bandage heal it? Did you heal it? And the fact is, you healed it, right? Your body healed itself. Nothing. It was not me. It was your body did the healing of that cut. It's the same thing for trauma. You're the one that does the work. I'm merely a guide, and I just guide you through whatever your experiences are to help you heal by giving you a variety of techniques. But I can throw a whole bunch of techniques at you, and I can say, meditate, or I can say exercise, or look at your diet, or, change your thoughts. I can tell you all of these things, but you're the one that has to do the work. So you're the healer. And, I've seen so many amazing stories of people that have these amazing recovery sessions, right? Like where they've recovered from being declared a paraplegic, or, have overcome traumas, or, and so if you're looking for that, and Helena, who worked with me, she went through my Sacred Journey package. She's going to be my guest, not this week, but next week on the podcast, because she actually came up with the idea. I've gifted her a quantum regression and integration therapy session because she did so amazing in her journey. She just was, I'm going to do this. She did all 6 sessions back to back. She implemented everything that I gave her to implement. So I've gifted her an additional session. And when we were talking about that, she suggested that she talk about working with me in the working with me in the Sacred Journey as a session on the divine healing, to capture how working with me was. And so that's really, I'm really flattered that she wanted to do that, and thankful. So she's going to be on the 2 weeks episode. So the other stuff that I have going on, just to do a quick little, while we're waiting to see who else wants cards, just drop that in there if you want a card. I don't know if the font changed. It seems small, but I don't know if that's my screen. So today at 7 p.m., there is the Divine Masculine Healing Tribe. We're doing our Nights at the Round Table. So that's my men's group, where we talk about, trauma and mental health, and, all kinds of healing topics from a male's perspective, trying to, support men and, help them in a really, really non-judgmental and safe space, and give them healing and resiliency tips and techniques. So tonight is that session at 7 p.m. Eastern. On Friday, Friday the 19th in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, we're going to celebrate the new black moon in Taurus. So that'll be the session that we'll be doing there. So we're going to look at how the moon is affecting us based on being in Taurus and what we should look forward to. And it's all about setting intentions, goal setting, and manifesting. We have a lot of fun, and I do an energetic healing meditation during that session as well. So that's a donation. Donate what you can to attend. The other thing that's coming up is next week, I think it is, from the 22nd to the 26th, we're doing divine healing. You can sign up for that in the website. It's $25 Canadian to join that. But everybody that joins and attends all 5 sessions has an opportunity to win the 3-month Sacred Journey package with me. So that's 6 sessions with me, the same thing that Helena just did and what Melinda's currently working on. So yeah. Nice. You can join before you can join. You can join tonight, Robert, if you'd like. I'm totally fine. I don't exclude anybody, right? The podcast is Divine Healing. I'm going to make sure that it's linked on my website. I want to make sure that it is linked on my website. But it's Divine Healing. And you'll see a picture of me. It used to be called Trauma Talk, but I really wanted to go into more of a health and healing state instead of, it's kind of like someone had brought it to me actually, and they said every time that you say the word when you're doing your videos, like I used to do all of my reels and all of my videos, and even my podcast was Trauma Talk, and they were like, every time you say the word trauma, it triggers me because I'm unhealed. And he mentioned how that with Mother Teresa, she was like, if you had a let's end war rally, or you had a peace rally, she said, I'd rather go to the peace rally. And it's just the way that the words capture it, right? And so I just decided to change everything. And because I'd already had the Divine Feminine Healing Collective and the Divine Masculine Healing Collective and the Divine Healing 5-day sessions that I run each month, I decided to just change everything to Divine Healing and really capture the fact that, like I said, we are so powerful and magical, and we are the healer. We each are healers. We all are. I'm just the guide. So I like to capture it that way. Okay. If anybody else wants on for the cards, just let me know as we go. If you can support me by sharing, liking, whatever you feel is appropriate to support me, that would be great. And we'll get some messages going. The first one is Oliviera, flying right out of there. Oliviera, peace, number 23. I love that card. It's beautiful. Okay. Peace. And for anybody that's in the groups, if you want to share it to people that you think that would be fitting for, then by all means join in the groups. So 23, peace for Oliviera. Good morning, Renee. Would you like to be on the list? I feel like you would like to be on the list. Good morning, Ricky. How are you? Peace, freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. A lot of what we do when we're going on our healing journey really is radical acceptance, right? We have to accept the things that have happened to us. They're in the past, right? And what is keeping them alive is our memories, the way that we step into the past with our thoughts and bringing it into the memories. Well, we're going to do some healing. Yeah, I'm glad that you're safe, Mel. I'm glad that you're safe. It's unfortunate that the smoke is moving down into your area. How are your lungs? Like, how are you doing? Are you okay to breathe? I'll check that, because when I was on the website, I'm going to preview the website. I do see that it's saying the April one. That is so weird. So if we go to details, let me see. I wonder why it's doing that. So if you go to the where it says registration is closed, you can see, please see future events. And nope. Okay, hang on. Okay, so there's something up with this. Okay, I've got to update that. Okay. Good catch. Good catch. I will work on that. So if the event's at 7 p.m., if the event is at 7 p.m. tonight, I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that playing with it, what I just played with, that maybe, just maybe it's about an hour and a half each session. Okay. About an hour and a half. So I went in, I don't know if that helped anything, but, um, yeah, silly little site. I'm going to have to, I'll play with it a little bit, and see, because it should be just this month's events. I don't know. I have no idea why it's still showing April. But you can go in to select and update. I'll update it. I'll update it, and then I'll like it'll be updated by tomorrow. Okay, I'll have it updated like by after this. I'll update it, but I don't want to take more time away from the show. The show must go on. But I'll update it right afterwards because, like I said, I don't want to be doing it while I'm. Yeah, that's heavy. The smoke that's out there. I hope that it clears. I hope that they get the fires under control and it clears. It's really unfortunate that it's happening so soon in the season, right? It's really perfect. Okay, Oliviera. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. Right? And oftentimes we get stuck. We get stuck living in the past and those experiences that we had and the feelings from those experiences. And our brain does this thing where it's constantly looking for things that match that previous experience so that it can prepare us, right? So it's looking in our current environment saying, what does that remind me of? Does that remind me of that past trauma that I experienced? Does that remind me of it? Well, because then you're going to be ready and prepared for it. But all it does is steal away from your present moment, right? And typically we're not even in the present moment. Like when we're not in the present moment, we lose so much power. So I love you, Mel. Have a wonderful day. So trying to focus on being in the present moment as much as possible and soothing your nervous system. And that's why I was doing the heart focused breathing, right? And one of the things that I was, in my thing that I was doing is, we get all caught up in, I have to work out for I have to work out for an hour. I have to meditate for 20 minutes, right? Well, instead of thinking about that, just think about, can I squeeze in meditation today? Even 3 minutes. Can I work out today? Even 5 minutes. Like what little bit, but because it's about establishing a pattern, right? And a habit. If you can't do an hour, maybe you can do a half an hour. If you can't do a half an hour, maybe you can do 15 minutes. If you can't do 15 minutes, maybe you can do 5, right? Because even 5 minutes is better than nothing, right? And same thing with meditating. If you can't do an hour-long meditation, maybe you can do a half an hour. If you can't do a half an hour, maybe you can do 15. If you can't do 15, maybe you can do 5. If you can't do 5 minutes, we can find 3 minutes within our day to quiet our mind and focus on our breath. right? So doing the heart focused breathing for 3 minutes, right? Take 3 minutes, even if it's 3 minutes right before you go to bed, you do some heart focused breathing and pour some love into your heart, how much that's going to drastically shift how you feel about yourself, right? Good job, Melinda. Good job. Okay, after after Oliviera, it is Jess. Okay, and if anybody else wants a card, let me know. Okay, I've got Jess, Mayuma, Joanne, Meg, Aisha, Julie, Leslie, and Renee. So anyone else that wants music helps, yes. Okay, Jess, something is not for you. Okay, so something is not for you. And just to remind you, that does not mean that that the not for you has to be something as big as a relationship or like massive things, right? A lot of times we get when people see this card, we immediately go to the big ticket items in our life, and we're like, oh, my relationship's not for me, or my friend, or my my job's not for me, or these certain things. So when Colette Baron Reed was doing the cards, and she went through each of the cards and was, talking about them, she was like, when I pulled this card, she's like, I was like, oh my God, what's not for me? And she goes, and then I thought about it. And recently I had been thinking about purchasing a fur coat. She said, and then I pulled this card, and it was just the recognition that that fur coat was not for me, right? It doesn't have to be something huge, but something in your life is not for you. It could be a belief system, right? It could be something like that. Good morning, Mama B. How are you? Yay. I saw it come in on my notification. I was like, yay. You lost some papers. Ooh. I'm trying to think about that. I'm doing fantastic, Mama. Doing fantastic. So, yeah, I put you on the list, Nellie. After Jess is Mayuma. So let's see what Mayuma's card is. I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. If there's some space specifically that you want guidance or clarity, let me know. Apparently, all the cards are going to fly out of the deck. We're looking for one. Yeah, that'd be really distracting having a cute little puppy around right now. Aw, well, welcome. See, like every time it's been like 3 or 4 cards. Just one, Mayuma. Mind you, if you want a full reading. Oh, that's so sweet. And that reminded me too. So the top 3 gifters of the month get a full reading with me. And that's what we're doing for May. In June, yes, next month is June. In June, I might change it up. I might just do the top gifter gets 1 free energy healing session with me, whether that's quantum regression and integration or just a quantum healing session. That'll be the June's. It'll just be the top winner will get that. But for this month, I've been doing the top 3 gifters will get a free oracle card or tarot reading of your choice. So I have a variety of ones that I do. 12-month look ahead. I do a priority spread. I do your spirit guide spread. I do, a ton of different readings. I do, I can't remember what it was called, but how to connect with yourself. I love those hearts. It's just like the tiny diny, right? Okay, so Mayuma, higher power. Okay, and this did come in protection mode. Okay, and that's the other thing I like about these cards is that they have the protection mode. Right. So next month we'll do it'll be a big gift award of whoever wins will get a big a therapy session with me. But this month we're doing Mama, I love you. I'll take a sip of coffee. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, trying to find the card in here. I know that the higher power. So I'll read you your protection message for you. So now is the time to examine what you're giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessed about being right or about old resentments or failed expectations, about money, or about any other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. What we give our attention to, that's where our energy goes. Where our focus is, our energy flows, right? So that's important to remember. And we become a magnet for more experiences that make us feel the same way. So if we're focusing on the feeling of lack, we get into the energy of lack, and divine source, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, says, oh, is that the feeling that you want more of? Here's more lack. Here's more to feel like that. So careful what you're focusing on and what those feelings that are being generated in your body. You want spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Definitely, Mama, you can be on the list. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. There is no greater source than spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands, right? So we should all be watching, just being a little bit like, be a gatekeeper to your thoughts, right? All right, Mama B. I'm a Mama B too, kinda. If you look at my last name, I'd be a Mama B. All right, I gotta put my leg down. So this morning, I meditated for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and it's a meditation practice called Sip of the Divine. Instead of being meditation, you just say to yourself, I'm going to spend 3 minutes and I'm going to sip the divine, sip of the divine, right? And so it just makes it so much smaller and so much like, it's a very sweet thing to say instead of I'm going to go meditate, where you might think, oh my God, it's going to be this huge meditation. I got to meditate for an hour. I got to clean my mind out. I got to do all of these things, right? Instead, this is, I'm just going to have a sip of the divine. It's just very, very sweet. So to do the sip of the divine, you do that little bit of breathing initially. All right, Joanne, message in a bottle, number 15, message in a bottle. So when you're doing the sip of the divine, you spend just about maybe a minute getting into a good state of mind, right? We want to cleanse our energy a bit more. So you spend that little bit of energy just breathing right into that. So then you set a timer for 3 minutes. So it's only 3 minutes. You're definitely just doing 3 minutes. Set a timer for 3 minutes and you take a nice deep breath in and you let it out nice and slow and you sink into that space and you just ask from whatever whoever is available to give you a message that is in your best interest. What is it that you need to know right now? And then you just open yourself to listen and sense, right? Because some of the information is just going to come in as a knowing, some will come in as a feeling, some will come in as a thought. Sometimes you'll get actual connection and you'll hear words, right? Depending on what way they choose to communicate. So anytime that your thoughts come in and get, distract you, just let them float by and just return to, what do I need to know right now? What do I need to know right now? And go back to that space. And then afterwards, you can write down really quickly what came up, if something came up. If nothing came up, it doesn't matter. But at the very end of the 3 minutes, all you do is just thank the experience that you had. And you just keep doing this every day. Do 3 minutes of a sip of the divine. Get yourself nice and calm and ask, whoever's available to give you a message that is in your best interest. And then just ask the question when you get into a nice calm space of, what do I need to know right now? And just keep going back to that space. And then at the end, give gratitude for whatever came up. Even if nothing came up, give gratitude for the experience. So it's a beautiful little thing that you can do for 3 minutes. When I do it, I like to do the heart focused breathing. So then I'm doing heart focused breathing for 3 minutes and a sip of the divine. It's lovely, just lovely. And just sit with whatever comes up. Okay. So that's a little tip for you. So the message in the bottle for Joanne, number 15. So if you want to be on the list for a card, just let me know and I'll put you on the list. If you want a specific message, just let me know. Okay. Let me know what specific message area, like if you want a relationship message or if you're okay with just general message, or if you want prosperity message, right? So career, that kind of thing. Communication, a sign, a cleat-on. So the cleat-on is a message that's delivered to somebody else, or a message that comes up that's intended for somebody else, but that you find it resonates with you or your experience. That's what a cleat-on is. So Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. And it's interesting because this message, in what it was saying, was to open yourself up to hearing those messages, which is exactly what that sip of the divine is all about. And that comes from a lady named Suzanne Geisman. And Suzanne Geisman was, she was I think she was a captain. I don't know. She actually flew on Air Force One. She was on the last plane that was in the air on 9/11, and then she chose to retire. And she had an experience that that changed everything. So she's this, part of the army, right? She was a captain, or I'm not sure exactly what her level of command was at the end, but that type of strong person, right? Yeah, like I'm not Giesman, but it's GE. If you want to know the specific spelling of her name, it is. Oh, I got to do it this way. Commander in the Navy. Yeah. And it's GIESEMANN. So that's how you spell her name. Okay. That's how you spell her name according to the video of Sip of the Divine that I watched. I listened to a podcast with her on it and became fascinated with her. But anyway, she decided that was it. She was going to retire, and they were going to travel around the world, and they did that. And then her stepdaughter, who was also was a pilot in the army as well, she got struck by lightning and died, and so did her. She's got lots. Definitely she has lots. So anyway, Suzanne Geisman, however you pronounce her last name, I can listen to it again and then do the correct pronunciation, but you can forgive me if I've mispronounced Geisman. She anyway, her stepdaughter got struck by lightning and died while she was flying, and she was pregnant. So she went into this whole different state. She just decided that there's no way that this person could be that she could be dead. Like her spirit must have went on. So she kept meditating in the hopes of connecting with her. Yeah. So anyway, she decided she wanted, so she changed. She completely changed. She went from this this commander to being, someone that's in the spiritual realm. So sometimes when we have those profound changes of career, where we go from a very structured space, me being a nurse going into holistic health, right? Sometimes people are more willing to give you credit or believe what you're saying because, you were so scientific before, or you were so, part of the traditional, thought processes, or you were so structured before, for you to be open to believing that, wow, that must mean that it's true, right? So those types of people can have, yeah, exactly, that respect of the United States Navy. Not that everybody follows along with it, right? Pretty much settled, Varying Redbeard, pretty much. You can see right there all the rocks, little stones that I collected on the beach. And I paint some of them I don't, but you know, I collect them if they're pretty. I should probably leave some behind, but yes, her stepdaughter, as I said, her stepdaughter and was pregnant at that time. Okay, so Joanne was the message of so Meg, are you still there? Just to check and make sure. Meg, are you still there? Good morning, witchy kind of woman. How are you, love? So time for a nap. I remember when we used to pull this card a long time ago. Every time we pulled it, we were like, okay, collective nap time. Let's have a nap, which is lots of fun. I don't need a nap though. I'm doing good. Okay, Meg, time for a nap. Number 24. How are you this morning, witchy kind of woman? Have you booked a coffee time yet? Are we having tea time? Nap time. Melinda's like, I'm in. I got a puppy. I'll have a nap with the puppy. Cozy up. So rest, rejuvenation, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overbusy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. His little raptor teeth, the little puppies. You know, you got puppies with their little teeth and they're so sharp. But yeah. So a time for rest and rejuvenation. We are not just go, 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 right? We are not meant to just go, 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 go. We are human beings, not human doings. We need to have those different states, right? There can be the time for action, but there's also a time for rest and renewal and recovery, right? So that moment to take a step and rest, recuperate, rejuvenate, renew, right? Those are all important. When we follow the seasons of the seasons of the year, we will naturally go into a rest and renewal state through the winter season, right? That's what the plants are doing. That's what the animals are doing. They're really drawn back into this whole cycle of rest. And then in the spring, we spring forward into action and start to go. And then, you know, in the summertime, it's, you know, all about celebration and stuff's coming to life. And, you know, and then in the fall, we start to slow down again. So living in that cyclical seasonal living is really, really important as well. But we should be doing it on a daily basis too, not just go, 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 go with no moments of rest, right? We should be having little 20 minutes of rest throughout the day. No slippers. I need slippers. I'm chilly this morning. It's an overcast, windy day, but it's supposed to get to be an 18 today, so that's actually kind of warm. Okay, after Meg is Aisha. Okay, Aisha, are you still there? Let me know. And then after Aisha is Julie, and then Leslie. Okay. Meowser. It's like Bowser, but meowser. You're welcome, Meg. Does that seem to resonate for you? The need for a rest? Have you been really going? Hi, Alicia. I thought it was Aisha. I didn't, because of the the light. I didn't see it. Ooh, nice. So go the distance, Alicia. Go the distance. Number 47. I like the cheetah. Go the distance. You got this. So endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. Ah, and fellow nurse, hello. What area do you work in nursing? I did a variety of different nursing areas of nursing in my 20 some years of nursing. I nursed in a very bunch of different spaces, but right, you got the energy, you got the endurance, you've got this, it's coming to you, right? I like to say that, right, is that it's all part of the plan. You know, whatever's coming up is all part of the plan. There's maybe a lesson that I need to learn. And when you talk to anybody that's successful, they'll say that a lot of this stuff, a lot of the losses that they went through or failures that they experienced, that was just stepping stones to success, because they learned so much through those experiences of what was determined to be a failure, right? Ooh, nice. That was one area that I didn't really get into. Like I went into the OR a little bit, and then I, in that whole area, I didn't do a lot in that. I was more emerge and in other areas like that. So well on you. That's definitely a lot of work in those areas. Okay, Julie is next. And just remember, sharing is caring, and liking is loving. Is very, very good energy exchange of the likes back and forth, right? What's tomorrow? What day are we on? Is today Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? What is today? I think today's Tuesday, isn't it? Is that 1:30 your time? I think that's 1:30 your time. Okay. 1:30 your time is 3:30 my time, because I'm like, I think I'm busy at 1:30. How did you get an appointment? And then I realized it's okay. 1:30 my time is, yes. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was just like, hang on a second. How is she booking at 1:30 when I'm busy with Melinda at 1:30? And then it's 3:30. It's 3:30. It's okay. All right, I'll hold your card then. Okay. Hi, Ashanti. Welcome. I love to have you back. Okay. Julie, poised. I'm doing very well. I did some small changes today, which made me feel, yesterday and today, which made me feel really, really good. I got up and I did a little bit of exercise, not too much because my knee is still off, but I started doing some little bits of exercise. And it was like I was saying to people earlier, if you can't do an hour, do a half hour. If you can't do a half hour, do 20 minutes, do 15 minutes, do 5 minutes. At least keep the practice of it going, right? Because sometimes it's just showing up that creates that habit of showing up. And then maybe the next day you'll do the hour. Maybe the next day you'll do a half hour, but it's okay. Same thing with meditating or anything else. So I did a little bit. I have to go nice and slow because of my knee. My right knee has been sore from a lot of sitting and working. So, all right. Poised, being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, and you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. So what new things can you begin today that are going to make things better, right? Yeah, I walk every day with Cass. Unless, again, if it was pouring rain, I probably wouldn't. Like really bad rain, I wouldn't. But as long as, any other day, I walk him. I better not say it too loud or he'll be like, now? Nice. It makes it much easier. Okay, who's next? So Leslie would be next, but Leslie stepped out right when her card was ready to come up. So she's going to we'll skip on by Leslie for a moment. And Renee, you're so welcome, love. You're so welcome. Yeah, what can you do to change your day just a little bit? Just a little bit. That's going to support your future that you envision for yourself. Renee. Oh! Renee got the poised card too. You saw me shuffle them. and it flew out onto the floor. So Renee and Julie, they're both ready to start new things. Get going. You're at that edge. It's a perfect time to start new things. You have wisdom, you have knowledge, you know what you need to do. Just take that step and start something new. Okay? That was really cool that it was the same card that popped right out. Nellie. Hello, Alec. How are you? And Nellie is next. And then after Nellie is Mama B and then CJ. High 5D life. Right? Just hilarious. Hi, Nellie. Oh, look at that. Flipped over. Thinker for Nellie. Are you pondering something right now? Are you stuck in your thoughts? Do you need to pop out? I'm good. I'm very good. So number 44 for Nellie. Strategy, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Right? So the thoughts that you have, they're accurate, right? Or being in that analytical state of mind, right? And sometimes it is what it is what it is. It is what it is, right? And there's nothing hidden. It's just like, it looks like a duck, it sounds like a duck, it walks like a duck, it is a duck, and it is in fact a duck, right? Like that's the kind of message that card is conveying. So whatever you're thinking or whatever you're looking at right now, just know that it is what it is. It is absolutely exactly what it is. Okay? And I'm doing very well, Alec. I don't know if I said that. Okay, after Nellie is Mama B. Mama B, are you there? That hopped up and then went right back in. So, you're so welcome, Nellie. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. Right, I appreciate that. Mama B. Oh, ooh. Okay, come to the edge. Look at her. She's dancing off the edge. She's not being pushed or pulled. She is dancing off the edge with all these beautiful, what look like rose petals, but you can see their little hearts, right? And she's just dancing in that just freely. Yay! All right, so let's see what come to the edge. Number 36 is talking about. Just remember, when we're done cards, we're going to do healing. I think we'll stop doing cards at about 11, and then for the last hour, we'll just do healing. Okay, we'll do straight up energy healing for the last hour. So come to the edge, courage, taking the leap of faith, overcoming fear and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. And if we train ourselves to look for miracles, we'll see miracles. Right? And it's whatever you choose to focus on. If you get up every day and you're like, oh, what's this going to happen today? How bad's it? If you're thinking in the negative, you're going to find more things to keep you in the negative. But if you think in your mind, like, I am open to receiving blessings. I see blessings everywhere I look. Everywhere I look, I see miracles. Then you're going to see, you wear this direction. That's sometimes the thing. Follow joy. Follow joy. What lights you up and makes you smile and makes you feel really good inside your body, that's the direction to go in, right? That's where you'll find what you need to be following, is through the expression of joy, the things that you really, really love. Your passion is in that intersection, right? And sometimes, with our passions, sometimes we have passion, like in joy, and like I love dancing. Like I love dance. I love figure skating. We'll use figure skating because it's even more challenging. So I love figure skating, right? And I could be like, I'm so passionate about figure skating. I love figure skating, but I'm not going to be a world renowned figure skater, especially, you know, the fact that I'm almost 50. I'm not going to be a renowned figure skater, right? That is very, very much so that ship has sailed. So sometimes the things that bring us joy are not where our passion or where our purpose is aligned, right? Because it's not in the cards. But for a lot of us, if you look at where you're super passionate about, what lights you up, and also what you're good at. So look at what your innate skills are. So somebody who's creative and has a love for art could find that their purpose is in art somewhere. And you just start to look at those other little bits of things that you're good at. You know, maybe you're not, you know, it's not painting, but maybe it's creating, you know, it's creating content, right? For somebody, like putting together content for a creator, or, you know, there's so many ways that, you know, creativity can be expressed. So if it's not in one specific area, but then again, maybe it is that area, you just have to play and practice and learn and get better and better at that specific space, right? That's the message there, right? So your passion and your purpose is going to meet in that intersection where you have a beautiful joy and love for it, but also have the ability to either learn it or innate talent of it already. And that's where it is. Hi, Eli. Sorry, Eli. Yeah, you can ask a question. Okay, so kindly follow back. I like that. Kindly follow back. If you're not following me, definitely follow me and like and share. You definitely will. Believe it. Believe it. See that it. Do the little sip of the divine. Ask what you need to know right now, or ask, what is my purpose? Can you show me what my purpose is? Please show me what my purpose is, even if you want to say it in that format. But just ask, what is my purpose? Right? What is my purpose? Can you show me what my purpose is? And ask for whoever's available that can give you the information in your best interest. What is my purpose? And just sit with that for 3 minutes. And every time that your thoughts go somewhere else, just go back to, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Okay. All right. Hello. So I'm going to say right off the bat, if you want that, you have to see it, right? Believe it. Belief is a huge part of it, right? If you believe that you're going to find your purpose, then you're going to find your purpose. If you believe that you're going to heal from your trauma, you will heal from your trauma. If you believe that you're going to be famous, you're going to be famous. Like if you believe with every fiber in your being, you just know, right? It's that knowing. But the knowing is, you know, having the vision is part of it, right? You have to have the vision, and then your thoughts and your feelings have to coincide with that vision. And then there's the action part. You actually have to do something each and every day toward your goals. Now, sometimes that's actually like if you're wanting to have following and fame on social media like TikTok and Instagram, it's going to be about actually showing up and putting out content, right? Putting out content, interacting with other people's content, because oftentimes if you show up on someone's feed and you start commenting in their feed, people will follow you because you're providing value or interest within that person's content, right? So doing that's going to create that giving it back to you, right? What you give out, you can oftentimes see come back to you, right? So it's consistency. There's a lot of it's just consistently every day, getting up and doing the work, putting it into action, right? A lot of times we think, you know, when The Secret came out, a lot of people, you know, the law of attraction, a lot of people were like, oh, I just have to think it and it'll be mine. Like I'll just sit there and believe, and I'll just sit there and think and vision. I want $1 million. I want $1 million. I want $1 million. And then $1 million is going to show up in your lap. No, you have to do something, because we're in the material. We're in 3 dimensions. So we actually have to do something. And the other part is, how is your environment supporting you? Are the people around you lifting you up or tearing you down? Because if you're trying to achieve, you know, this big goal and people around you are constantly pulling you back down, right? That's going to really challenge you to reach those goals. So eliminate those people that aren't supporting you, that are negative, that are pulling you back down or pulling you into, you know, more fear-based thinking, right? If your environment's super cluttered, right? Super cluttered, how are you going to feel focused? And, how are you going to bring something good to you where you are, like, how are you going to bring things to you that are organized if your whole environment is cluttered? So that's how I would answer that question for you, Eli. It's, have the vision, believe strongly with every fiber that that's going to happen for you, and keep seeing that vision. Have the thoughts that coordinate or corroborate. Yeah. Yeah. So just see that, right? And that's an important thing too, right? Is having a clear vision. If you don't even know what you want, how does the universe know how to give you it? Right. And if you sit there and you're like, oh, I want billions of dollars, because but maybe it's not billions of dollars that you actually want, because you don't want the responsibility that comes with managing that level of money, right? Maybe what you just want is freedom. You want freedom to know that your bills are always paid, that you have enough money to do the things that you want to do, that you can go on vacation if you want, that you're not, worried or strained, like strained and stuff like that within your finances, right? That's what a lot of us want. We don't want to necessarily have billions and billions of dollars. We just want to be safe and secure and, be prosperous and be able to buy the things that we need and want. And for some of us, that's a quiet place in the middle of nowhere where we have a little, we have a garden and a greenhouse and a lake and, that kind of a life, right? So knowing your vision and having a clear vision is a big thing. Hi, Grace. Nice. Okay, so Mama B, and then it was Leslie. I'll go back and do your card now that you're back. Thank you for letting me know that you were leaving, so I knew not to pull your card while you weren't here. Yes, a lovely garden. Hi, Jennifer. How are you, love? So that would be my suggestion. Okay, as someone, and consistency does work. I was being extremely consistent with my content in that, I was doing a live and a reel every day, and that blew me up to over 10,000 followers on my Facebook. Right, it was just having that consistency. Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing today, love? How are you doing today? I'm going to do some healing at 11. At 11, we're going from cards to healing. But if you want a card between now and 11, just let me know, and I'll put you on the list. Okay. And right now, we're going to pull a card for Leslie, and then we're going to pull a card for CJ. But Leslie first. And you're welcome. Another Jennifer made a call with me yesterday, and I thought it was you, Jennifer. So and I was like, you don't look like I thought your little picture. It was really interesting, and I was asking her, like, as if it was her, so as if it was you, and she was like, no, that's not me, and I'm like, oh, okay. But it was just funny. So this is the card that I pulled for you, Leslie. We can check and see what the message is from number 32, here and now. And this is one of my favorite cards in the deck, because this is what we should all be doing. It is. But we had talked yesterday on the thing, and I was like, oh, and then the call got made. So I'm like, oh, Jennifer made a call. Awesome. She made a call. And so I just had that preconceived, like, done in it. Yes, right. 70 babies. All right. So this is the message for you. I'm not doing yes and no questions today. Like, I'm not using the pendulum today. Today I'm doing cards until 11, and then at 11 I'm going into doing quantum healing for an hour, and then I have to get off at noon because I have a call at noon. If I check my calendar for today. Yeah, I have a call at noon, and then I have a call at 1, and then I have a call at 2, and then I have a call at 4, and then I have an event at 7, and I have eating and drinking and walking and dealing with my dog in there as well. So I have a pretty busy day today. Yeah, it's okay. I think the card's going to answer the question for you anyway. So being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. So I'm going to read the prosperity message for you, okay? What you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in a far off future, but on creating your dream now, releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. Right? So it's a very powerful message for all of us to stay present. And it's not about staying in that what I want this, or I need that, because when you put that in there, that's putting the energy of want and need out there. So you're going to get more want and need. You want to put the have. I have that. I am abundant. And if you can't feel abundant in your current circumstances, it's the same thing if you can't invoke the feeling of I love myself. If you can't get to I love myself, start with what you can love and grow from there, right? So if you're like, I love my eyes, I love my smile, I love my wit, I love my intelligence, whatever it is about those parts, I love those bits of me, and then work up to I love myself. Right? At least by getting into that state of I love my eyes and knowing that it's true, then you can get that emotion in your body and then carry on with I love myself. I love my eyes. I love myself. I love my smile. I love myself, right? And then you could do that the same thing with prosperity, right? Our abundance. There is an abundance of flowers out there. There's an abundance of birds. There's an abundance of seeds. There's an abundance of grass. I'm abundant. There is abundance. I am abundance, right? And getting into that. You're welcome. Happy Tuesday, Mike. How are you today? How are you today, love? And thank you, Lightbender. Okay, so CJ's card is next. Thanks. I love my energy too. Right? It's beautiful. I love your family too. Your little guy. Oh my God. You should see Mayuma's little son. He's like the cutest little thing, and he's just a bundle of energy. He is literally like, you remember 70s babies will remember this for sure, maybe even 80s babies, but you remember those little, like they were supposed to simulate vacuum cleaners, but they were the pop, pop, pop things. So they were the little ball on wheels that had the clear dome, and they had the little balls in it. And as you pulled it, it would pop, 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 and it would pop those little balls around. That's the energy of her son. Pop, 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 pop. The popcorn vacuum cleaner. Yeah, that's the energy of Mayuma's son. And but the most delightful, sunshiny popcorn energy. It's just like pop, 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 pop. I love it. He's such a sweetheart. CJ, loyal heart, number 35. Oh, definitely adorable. I could just eat him up. He's just so cute. Like that expression, just eat him up. But not really eat kids. Which is, but just super, super sweet. Super sweet. I absolutely fell in love with him the second that I saw his face. I was like, oh my God. Oh. All right. So CJ, fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they're faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. That is powerful message, right? To sit in that space and know that you are divinely protected and divinely directed. You know, like as spirits, we decide we're going to have this experience, this lifetime. We're going to have this experience because we want our spirit to grow and evolve. And you can't know incredible joy if you don't know sorrow, right? How could you understand what joy, like how amazing joy feels if you've never felt the opposite of it? How can we understand those emotions, right? So that's why there's that duality in life of the, you know, the good and the bad, even though nothing's really good and bad, it's all experiences, right? So we get into that, we're going to have this experience in this life, you know, but sometimes our experiences end up worse than what they intended to be, right? We might have decided we wanted to go into a home that was going to have some trauma, but the expectation was that the parental spirits that came in were supposed to evolve and grow, and it wasn't supposed to be as bad as it was. So for many of us, we got way worse experiences than what we signed up for. We did not sign up to have that level of trauma, but we did sign up to have some negative experiences so that our spirit could evolve and grow. So it's just good to love you. I love it. Yeah. I saw that post, CJ, and I'm not sure what, you know, what you can do to kind of help with that. But, you know, like I would be doing the best that you can with, you know, bringing in like frequency music to at least elevate the frequency within your house, right? Right? Exactly. You have kids, then you learn to enjoy the silence. Oh, I do. I do enjoy my silence. My mom is getting that full experience right now. Right now, she is down in Nova Scotia hanging out with my grandbabies, her great grandbabies, and she's been spending 2 weeks there. And this Friday, she comes back home. I won't see her till Sunday, but she comes back home on Friday. And I know she's tuckered. She's tuckered out being around all of that energy and noise and excitement. And it's joyful for sure, but she's going to get back home and she's going to be like, oh, oh, silence, peace. I can sleep in, you know, because the boys will run in the room and jump on the bed and wake her up in the morning. So it's nice. But yes, yes, right. So sink into that. Do bring in as much, you know, energy, good energy that you can into your space, right? Like I said, I would throw frequency music on, right? Put it at the 7.83 hertz, so the Schumann resonance, right? Get yourself really grounded into the earth. So I'd probably wear headphones and, you know, just sit in that space of that energy as much as I could to kind of block out some of the noises that I'm experiencing. But it is hard, right? Dealing with construction in the neighborhood. It's very, very challenging. And I guess having that experience, you're going to be learning. Yeah. They're amazing. So powerful. So powerful. We're listening right now to 963 hertz, which is good for cleansing the home. It's also known as the God frequency, but a really, really amazing frequency to listen to. Well, nobody's giving me a coffee cup, but I'm going to have a drink of coffee because otherwise it's going to be really cold. It's already getting quite cold. Okay. Does anybody else want a card? Because in 15 minutes, we're going to go into healing. I'll do a couple more cards and then I'm actually going to go pee and then we'll start the healing. I need to run to the ladies' room before we start. Coffee and water. Ah, yes. Whoop. Aha. Did you see how fast that flew out? Wow. To the sea, number 7. To the sea. Sometimes it's overstimulation, right? And we don't, and it's that we're keeping our mind and our senses busy. And that's a trauma response. It can quite often be a trauma response, right? It's like that, not being able to sit still, not being able to slow down, not allowing yourself to have rest, right? Because we don't think that we're entitled to it. So it's a really important thing to work on is allowing yourself the opportunity to rest and to just be. right? And to be in the peace. Sometimes we can't stand the peace because when you're in the peace and quiet in that silent space, your thoughts go away and start telling you all these, go into these bad spaces, right? So we have to pull ourselves back into it. Okay, lucky number 7, to the sea. And you know me, I actually have to do this. I can't not do it. I feel like my camera's backwards today. Like it really is. I think something happened that camera's the I have to with the boats. They just have to float through the scene. Somehow this one got messed up a little bit. I mean, yeah, it's backwards. It's backwards. It's throwing me off. I'm gonna do the settings. Let's see. Mirror my camera. Yay! Back to normal. Hi. So much better now. So much better. I fixed it. Okay, so to the sea, being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. It's beautiful message. Beautiful message. Hello, Horseman Readings. How are you? Hi, April Dawn. Hello, hello. So if anybody else wants a card, just ask. We have a nice, like I said, we have a very intimate group this morning. And sometimes intimate groups are very nice. Hi, Robert. Yeah, I'm not doing yes or no's. I'm doing cards. Hi, Cindy. How are you, love? I'm just doing cards today for another few minutes, and then I'm going to run to the little girls' room. You just asked, just like that, April. Hello, hello. Ooh, and then it flies out. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm in Ontario, Lightbender. I love your name too. All right. We're going to read a different section of the card, okay? Definitely, Cindy. So I'll do those cards. We'll do a few more cards, and then we'll get Rob a card. We'll get I love that heart. We'll get April a card. So April's card is to the sea, number 7, lucky number 7. So let's see what we're going to read, a separate section. We're going to read relationship. If we get to the sea, then the next one we're going to read is I think so. So there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads, right? That's a good message for us, right? Just be in the flow of it, right? Not try to control it. A lot of times we try to control things, and that's... Hi, Steve. How are you, love? All right. Next is going to be Rob King. He asked for a card, and then after Rob, Cindy. Okay. It's a boat and sea day. Rob, a leg up. This is all about seeing somebody that's giving you help. Claim that message. Definitely claim that message. All right. So number 34 for Rob. Receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time, right? Beautiful message for us as well. And the more in alignment with who you are authentically, the more authentic the people are that align with you. And when you get yourself aligned into that state of joy, then other people that are in a state of joy get magnetized towards you. But as we're on our path, like on our destiny line, and we're heading towards the, you know, the things that we're meant to do, the people that are meant for us come to us. They really do. Like you guys are all here. You're magnetized to me for some reason. There's a message that I'm going to convey to you, or there's healing that you need, or there's something that you need to hear. Or we were all connected in a previous life. Like we've known each other before, and like little, tiny little magnets, we've been making our way back to one another. All right, Cindy. Let's see, I want to take a peek at those ones too. All right, Cindy, message in a bottle, right? Definitely. Witchy kind of woman. She's her and I have been connected for many lifetimes. We just have to be careful which lifetimes we talk about, because one lifetime that we had before, we talk, if we talk about that, I get all hot because we were witches and we got burned at the stake, so it gets a little warm underneath. Maybe I need to think about that right now, though. I'm really cold. Really cold right now. I think it's all the water messages that we've been getting. So, message in a bottle for Cindy. Communication, a sign, a cledon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. When you believe, you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens, they may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone may say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. So whatever you're looking for, oh yeah, absolutely. There's one card that, you know, if you've seen the Flower of Life, there's your signs everywhere. The signs. Sorry, I think in music, it's just right. But I think about, you know, the Flower of Life. I don't think this card. It's in this one, and look at that. So I think about it like this, right? So you think about all of these, if they're all the spirits in the world were created in this little thing, this spirit is connected more with these spirits that are close by, right? But we're connected in those patterns in that Flower of Life. These ones over here, we won't resonate so much with because they were just further away from us, although we are all connected, right? And we've been through many lifetimes, whether sisters, brothers, siblings, friends, you know, some of us, you know, were there to challenge each other to grow, and other ones were there to hold each other's hands, you know, and some of us were aunts and uncles or siblings or mothers and daughters, and through many lifetimes, right? Okay. Did you want a card, Lightbender? Yes, walking each other home. Absolutely. Okay. Lightbender, I'll do your card, and then I'm going to read Renee's message. Renee, are you still there, love? I'll read your message, and then I'll go take my little break. You're so welcome, love. You're so welcome. Ooh, I like this one. Round and Round, number 25. This card I love to use to give people clarity, some clarity with, but I love this card. Okay, so Round and Round, number 25. Hi, Tasha. I'm not doing yes and no's today. I might do yes and no's on another day. Right now, I'm just doing a card or two, and then I'm going to do some quantum healing. So if you want some healing, stay present. And in a moment, I'm going to jump into doing that. I'm just going to take a tiny little pause to go to the little girl's room. I'm going to finish my cold coffee. Get that done and over with. Hi, Eleni. Spit that out. You're welcome. Okay, so essential meanings, the spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated, cycles you are challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you're standing at a higher level looking down on your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up from the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. No, she might have had to leave. Okay. So let's say that down here was where you had an experience. Say you had a boyfriend and you really loved him, but it was a bad relationship. And so then a little later on, he comes back into your life up here. And it feels really, you're like, should I trust it? You're not the same person you were down there, right? It's almost like it's testing you, right? Those experiences that pop back up and they test you and say, are you going to go back down into here and hang out with that same experience again? Or have you really grown and evolved and going to continue on out of the experience? But the other way to look at it as we're always evolving and growing. So when we see something, it might feel familiar, but it's actually down here in the lower level. You're up here all changed. You're all different. You've learned and grown, and it's not the same experience anymore because you're not the same. It just feels the same. So you're just revisiting it from a different perspective or a different level of your knowledge and experience. And, so it'll challenge you, but in a different way, and you'll evolve through it in a different way. But it's that whole process of growth, right? Just that process of growth that we're going through. Okay. I'll do Eleni's card. Eleni came in. You were almost too late. I was almost going to say, nah, we're just going to move into healing, but I'll pull you a card, Eleni. We'll pull you that card right there. Yang. I like the Yang card, and I like the Yin card as well. They're good counterparts, right? Yang and Yin and Yang. So Yang is number one card in the deck. Okay, so the number one card, Yang, is the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifest thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. So it's a powerful message, right? And we need to go back and forth between those two states. We don't want to stay in Yang all the time where we're going and doing and taking and being, right? We're in that masculine go, claiming energy. We need to step back into that feminine energy where it's not doing nothing, it's actively receiving. That we make that choice to receive to us. Hi, Rebecca. How are you, love? How are you? Good morning. Yeah. So it's about taking action, take inspired action and go do it. Go get it. Right? Go get it. All right. So I'm going to go pause for 2 seconds. I'm going to pause and go to the little lady's room. If you guys can continue to like, support, share, whatever you need to do while I'm gone, chats amongst yourselves. I'm going to run to the little lady's room and then I'll be right back and we'll get into some energy healing. Okay. So we'll be doing some quantum healing. And just remember, you have to be open to receiving it. Okay. But I'll be right back. We're going to change gears here. All right. And I move my coffee cup because it's empty. I'm not getting another coffee cup because we only do 2 coffees. We just do 2 coffees. I have to finish drinking coffee before noon so I have good sleep patterns. And look at me putting my stuff away. Oh, kicking stuff around too. Hello, hello. Hello, welcome back. I went pee. I went to the little ladies' room. Before we came back, we're going to start doing some healing. And I turned my little heater on because I am like a little ice cube. So much so that I actually want my little shawl on. Perfect. All right. Time to put the shawl on. Warm myself up. Because it is chilly. It's chilly. It's windy today, and overcast. This, you can just about see the sun coming out. I mean, hi, Diana. How are you, love? So we're just doing we're going to jump into energy healing now. Okay, so we're going to do some quantum healing. And if you are open to receive. And I don't send it to anybody that doesn't want it. Like, you have to actually be open to receiving it. And I always explain my process because people have different processes, right? And some people, they'll do what is called surgery, right? They'll do surgery through the quantum area. I don't do surgery. I always, the way that I've always done my healing is I take so I was a nurse for over 20 years. I take my understanding of the physiology, the anatomy and physiology, and the form and function. So form and function of the human body. And I envision it in perfect health. So I just go through all of the different structures. So I'll go through the skeletal system, I'll go through the nerves, I'll go through the vascular system, I'll look at the heart, I'll see the heart with the valves opening and closing as they should. You know, I'll see everything working as it should as I'm going through each of the spaces to do the healing. Okay, so I've never, if somebody said, you know, like for example, that they had a tumor, I don't go in and remove the tumor from the space. I go in and like in the sense of like cutting anything. I don't do that. I would just see, let's say they thought they say they had a pituitary gland tumor. I would just see the pituitary gland being healthy and in its perfect form, right? So I would see it being that way. Okay, so we're just doing some energy healing, quantum energy healing. If you want to receive it, just be open to receive it. And if you have something specific, yes, yes. I actually, it's interesting that you bring that up because I actually look at a cell, like I'll go down in as deep as a cellular structure and I'll look at, and I get into the mitochondria and I see a cell being perfectly healthy and working exactly how it is, right? So I'll start, we'll go through the, I love the little, the little heart. Sorry. Everybody that's watching on like TikTok or watching on like YouTube or watching on Facebook or whatever, they see me do these things and they have no clue. But it's just funny. I like that heart because he's got a space in his front teeth too, just like me. All right. So if you want to receive healing, you have to just claim it, be open to receiving it. You don't have to say, like, you don't have to type it in that I receive. You just have to say it either in your mind or out loud that you receive it. And if you have something specific that you want worked on, you can put it down and then I'll pay a little bit of attention to that specific area. Okay. So like with CJ saying, looking at the mitochondria. So I'll look at in the cellular structure and I'll go into the mitochondria and see it functioning properly. Okay. Sounds good, Alini. All right. Everybody's ready. I'm going to get ready. It just takes me a small moment. Okay, Lily. I'll go through the stomach as well. So I always see like this 3D model of the human body. And then I just zoom into certain areas. So I'll zoom into the brain and I'll go through the structures of the brain and I'll see the pituitary gland or, the pineal gland or, I'll just go through all the, like the frontal lobe and I'll see everything functioning as it should. I'll see all of the nerves coming out of the brain into the spinal column and coming out through the body, and then I'll expand it back out into the body and look at the nerves going throughout the body, firing correctly. I'll zoom right into the brain structure and I see the neural pathways firing, the synapses, like all the way down into those little structures. Hi, Jenny Lynn Rennie. It's been a little while. How are you, love? Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're just doing energy healing. If you want to receive, just be open to receive. If there's anything that you want specifically healed, just write down. Just let me know what it is that you want worked on. Is that you, Diana May, that you're asking for the healing energy? Because I don't do it for anybody that doesn't want it. So if you came in and you said, can you heal my dad? I won't do that because your dad has to be open to receiving it. So it's only if you're consenting to it, right? Because that wouldn't be really, that's against free will, right? Is your mom, I mean, I Yay, Jenny. Thank you, love. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jenny. Aw, I love you. Jenny worked with me. Hi, Jeet. How are you, love? It's always important to work on the nerve system, right? Because that's gonna, I finally wore the puppy out. Nice. And same thing with the vascular system, right? All of the veins and arteries that are going through your body are transferring stuff. I'm doing very well, doing very well. It's carrying healing to all those cells, right? Your back as well. Okay. So back and legs. That's why I was working on the nerve system, because a lot of times it's a dysfunction within the nervous system. That causes a lot of the issues. Same thing with swelling through, if you've got, say, blocked nerves, or you've got blocked vessels, then that can create swelling. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see. I love you, Jenny. I love you. Aw. Hi, Mama Chady. How are you, love? So you just have to be open to receiving. Okay. I never give any. That's why I focus on that. When you said the leg thing, I went into, I feel like you need, like, the nerve energy needs to be worked on. Hi, Debbie. How are you, love? So we're just doing quantum healing. You have to be, I love you, Jenny. You're sweet too. You and Betty. Aw, thanks. Stick around, love. Stick around. I do a variety of things. I've been a nurse for over 20 years, and I went from nursing into holistic health and energy healing, including quantum healing. I started off after I healed my trauma and my multiple sclerosis and functional neurological disorder. So I healed those things, and then I wanted to go into the healing area as opposed to being in traditional medicine. I have a lot of different practices that I have studied: heart math, Ho'oponopono, somatic experiencing, compassionate inquiry, polyvagal theory, so many things, like so many things. And I love quantum healing. I also do quantum regression and integration therapy. So all of my stuff is on my website, and I do oracle and tarot card readings. So if stick around. Stick around. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I did, it would have to be like really small in there. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's why I stepped out of the system, right? Like I don't. I feel like I said, if I could fit you in today, I would have to really. It would be in the moment. It would be a moment where I'd say, okay, I can do it right now. So just that would be the only way. I can look at tomorrow. I'll send you a message afterwards, though. I'll send you a message afterwards about which day I have coming up. How can they cancel that? Or you mean the amount that they originally offered, that they canceled that amount? Suspected spam. Let's cancel the spam. I went to school as a mature student too. Hi, Mr. Riley. How are you, love? Yay! Hi, Harry. Nice to see you're still being a 12-year-old. I wish while I was doing healing, I could send you some maturity. Hi, Hilda. Love you. Mwah. Thank you. Perfect. I look forward to that. Yay. All right. So we're just doing quantum healing. If you're open to receiving it, receive it. Okay. And I go in and I'm going to send some, I'm going to work on a couple more structures, lungs and heart. Okay. Love you. See you tomorrow, Mayuma. Hi, Noni. You tiny, tiny. Love you, Melinda. Elvis. Do some singing. Right. There's the drinking game. Every time I say I love you to somebody, you have to drink. Yes, water's fine. Take a drink of water every time I say I love you. Hydrate, hydrate. Right? That counts. That counts. I'll let you do that for sure. Hi, Aussie Ocean. Right. How are you, love? How are you feeling, Eleni? Hi, Deanna. So we're just doing quantum healing. You have to be open to receive it. I specialize in doing all different kinds of healing. Quantum healing being one of them. Late. Good. I do quantum regression and integration therapy as well. I do all different types of healing. I was a nurse for over 20 years. My background is definitely in healing trauma, mental health, but also doing energetic healing. And I do tarot and oracle card readings. You can find out all the information about everything that I do on my website. That is in my bio. And if you have any questions about what I do, you can always sign up for sign up for a free clarity call to find out what that would all be, what working with me would look like, and some of the other services that I have available. Okay. I have several groups on Facebook. The one group, the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, we meet on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern to talk about the new black moon in Taurus, and how that's going to affect us based on our moon, sun, and rising signs, as well as we do energetic healing session in there. Usually it's a meditative energetic healing session. And, we do some tarot and oracle cards as fun, and talk about mental health and healing. In the Divine Masculine Healing Tribe, that group that I have on Facebook, we are meeting tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that is Nights at the Round Table, where we talk about mental health stuff. You did think it was last night. It's tonight. No, it's tonight. It's tonight. Yeah. So you can, if you're a male that's looking for a supportive environment to work through mental health, trauma, anything like that, healing, general health concerns, you can meet up with us there in a non-judgmental, safe environment. And then I also have a Divine Healing. It's $25 for 5 days. We meet from 5 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. May 22nd to 26th. You can sign up for that on my website. And that's where I showcase a lot of different things that you can do to ignite the inner healer in you, from nutrition to exercise to trauma healing, all kinds of stuff. And on my lives here, top 3 gifters, as the pinned comment saying now, top 3 gifters of the month receive a free reading from me. Next month, I'm going to give the one top gifter is going to receive an energetic healing or quantum regression and integration therapy session with me. So that'll be a really big ticket item, because those things are, around, over $200. Canadian, put that out there. So a really big prize for next month, big prize for June. For anybody that wants healing, just know that I'm doing quantum healing. I'm healing across the quantum field. And I'm basically I'm seeing a 3D model of the body. I use my knowledge of anatomy and physiology and my 20 years of nursing to understand the function of the body, how the systems are supposed to work, how they relate together, and just seeing them in perfect health. And I'm sending that energy to you in the specific area if you've asked for it in a specific area. Otherwise, it's just general. I'm just sending beautiful general healing. Okay. Yeah, and mods are not included in the gifting or in the competition, in the contest. And if you have any questions, like I said, you can sign up on my website for a free clarity call just to find out what else I do. This is my only account. I do not seek out people in my comments. So if anybody comes to you and says, Spirit guided me to you, I have a message for you, and pretending to be me, that is not me. I have, across all the different formats or all the social media channels, I have over 20,000 followers. I do not have the time to go and message each person individually. I will respond to messages that come to me, but I would rather you connect with me. You can always look at my current profile that you're looking at right now, where you're seeing that it's me. You can go and look at my profile and see how many followers I have currently. So anyone that shows up and always check and see. Silesia is across the board my top gifter for sure. But you can support me in many ways. You can support me by likes. You can support me by sharing. You can support me, like I said, with gifts. If you're one of the top gifters this month, you get a free reading. If you want healing to a specific space or a specific, in a specific spot, just let me know what you want your healing for, and I will tailor the healing for that space. But right now, I'm just seeing the human form in its perfect form and function. And we need to open up our chakras. So actually that's what I'll go through now. I'll just go through the energy centers in the body, and I'll open up the chakras within us. And I'll even go a little bit beyond that. I'll go into the Earth Star chakra and up into the Soul Star chakra. So I'll go through all of those. Everybody's quiet. That's perfect. Hi, Kevin. So we're just doing energy quantum healing. And you want to receive it, you have to be open to receive it. I don't send it to anybody that doesn't want to receive it. Okay. And like I said before, I don't remove anything. I just send the perfect function and form of that particular organ or whatever to you based on my nursing knowledge, my over 20-year career in nursing. So my understanding of anatomy and physiology and how the systems work together and how, things are supposed to work when they're in perfect function and form. And right now we're just going through the chakras and just opening them up. Hello, Ocean Spirit. Could be that's what. Hi, Sour Patch Kid. How are you today? Yes, same. Very strange, very wild, very vivid dreams lately. And I'll get up and come back to bed and jump right back in the dream. I'm very well, very well. You caught on the last 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes, 9 minutes now. I have an appointment at noon, so I have to jump off at noon. The link below. Hi. Love to you, Eleni. Ghostbusters meets Guardians of the Galaxy. Beautiful. Interesting. Thank you for following me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Everything helps. Hi, Amanda Lee. Last night I was in a library, but there were trees, these big trees that were open, and you could walk inside the trees. And I was making a sign to put inside the trees, and I kept trying to find books on Wonder Woman. And at one point I was trying to, like, I was wearing a Wonder Woman cape and doing all kinds of, so it was all about Wonder Woman and trees and a library and all this other stuff. It was really weird. Mhm. Interesting. Interesting. Cass is like, whoops, it's time. It's almost time. Hi, Kike. How are you, love? Thank you for the rose. Yes, a dream. A very interesting dream. I don't know. It was always all about Wonder Woman. I was trying to dress, I was looking for her clothes. I was looking for, and looking inside the trees and stuff. I had my, at one point, a guy was gonna ask me out on a date when I was trying to find Wonder Woman's cape and I was wearing it. And then the next part of the dream, I was there with a child and I wanted so much to read the book on Wonder Woman to her. And I kept looking through the library trying to find these books on Wonder Woman. Yeah, it was really, really interesting. But I loved that the trees, you could walk inside these just ginormous trees and walk in and walk along like branches in like a tree inside a tree. It was really weird. You could walk on the branches inside the tree. And yeah, I was putting signs in it. It was really cute, really cool. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. She had the lasso of truth. Apparently I wanted to pass it on to the next generation. I really wanted to, I feel like it was my son's girlfriend, her daughter was with me, and that was who I was trying to read the Wonder Woman to. You fly around in her invisible jet. so welcome. Love to you. Love to you. All righty. I'm getting ready to get off here now. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for all your support today. Thank you for following me. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for sharing and caring. Thank you for all the love, all of it. Come back and join me. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow, whether or not it'll be somewhere between cards and healing and stuff like that. Maybe we'll go for a walk if the weather gets nice one of these days soon. The only problem with doing that is that when we're doing one thing, it ends up being like if I go for a walk, it can only do it to one. Like I would do it on TikTok. I wouldn't be able to do the walk across all the different social media platforms. So yeah, they don't save the chat from TikTok. So once the chat's gone, the chat's gone. Namaste, sweetheart. Namaste. All right. Once the chat's gone, I wouldn't. Love to you guys all. Love to you guys all. So if you've put a period somewhere on this chat, once I close the chat, I can't see it. I thought that you'd be able to if you went into like you would be able to in the developer thing, but it doesn't show the chat. The chat's gone. All right. I love you guys. I love you very much. Thank you so much for coming and spending this morning with me. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you see miracles everywhere. And remember just how incredibly important and powerful you are. And, I hope that you find some love for yourself, Okay. Bye, Ricky. Mwah. Love you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye. You're welcome.